Excellent. Happy to hear it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another reaction stream. It is currently Thursday for me. It might be Friday for you. So happy Friday or happy Thursday. It's the last stream of the week for reactions. We do have the gaming stream tomorrow. Eventually, what's going on, Megan? Eventually, the streaming schedule will change because, go figure, my work schedule is changing again. Apparently the policies have changed or something, so I have to change when I can work remotely, when I can't work remotely. So it's just, I think that's the third schedule change I've had in just over a month. So it's very interesting. A little fluid right now, but you'll be well aware of the change in schedule. You'll see it on the Discord. I actually have all the events in there, and it will be changing. Got 5 excellent videos. If you're unaware of how this goes, maybe you're new here, maybe you have no idea. Check out the Todd Reacts YouTube channel. That is going to give you the world. That's all the videos. That's all the streams. It houses everything. Twitch only allows certain streams to be up for, I think, 2 weeks or something like that. I think if you're a Prime member, they allow you 30 days, maybe a month that it's allowed to be up, and then eventually they just go yoink. They just get rid of it and it's gone. So unless you download it or move it somewhere else, it's gone. So if you look on the Todd Reacts Plays channel and you're like, wait, why is there only part 3 and 4 and 5 of Life is Strange? Well, it's because they're gone. But YouTube will be the repository of everything. So if you want to stay up to date with what's been recorded, what's been live, what's been going on in the past, there's over 1,000 videos on the YouTube. Go check it out. So basically, we're going to react to some videos. We're going to look up some information for each video. We're going to learn together. Maybe you already know everything there is to know, possibly. But we're going to learn a lot. I learn a lot through these, and it's been really educational and fascinating. I think it just adds another element to it. It's very simple to just react to something, but it's a little bit more work and a little bit more, I don't know, fun, I think, to learn more about these shows and the compilation, what went into it, and the content you're actually consuming, instead of just consuming it mindlessly, which is fun too. I do that as well. But I do enjoy giving a little extra time and effort to it and, nourishing the brain a little bit with some information and not just straight content. But as always, timestamps will be in the YouTube description when it's uploaded to YouTube, so go ahead and check that out. If you want to jump around or you're certainly interested in one specific thing, you can do that as well. It's up to you. Totally, people have said to me they like the links in the context. That's awesome. I am so happy. I am so happy. That makes me happy. Because it's different, You usually don't see that kind of in-depth research and whatnot into subjects and stuff you're consuming and shows and whatnot. Maybe you learn something new that you didn't know about. Maybe one of the actors or something. Very interesting. And of course, to me, it's just all new. So it's just all new information. So we're going to start off today with a flash video, and then we're going to go 911, and then we're going to head on over to House MD, and then we're going to the Rookie, and we're going to end it with One Piece. I've done a couple One Piece videos. I think last stream we did one as well. Maybe we ended on it as well. I can't remember, actually. But I can't remember the order ever. So I have to literally write it down in front of my face so I don't forget. But if you would like to request your own video, you are more than welcome to, and you can literally guide the stream. That's the whole point of this, is that it is audience-driven. If you are a ToddReacts.com member, you can basically drive the channel in which direction you want. As long as there's only like a couple rules, right? Number one, no political content. That's just kind of a general rule. You can get that anywhere. I'm not interested in talking about it. I'm not that interesting on it, frankly. And it's saturated to the point of literally everybody's talking about it, and it's inescapable. Inescapable. So I want this to be the one inescapable, or one, I don't know, refuge away from it. Certainly consume as much as you want anywhere else, but I want this one little sliver of the internet to be completely politics free. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. But what else? Is there any other rules? I guess stuff that's against TOS, like terms of service, and maybe, that kind of stuff. Other than that, there's no real other rules. It's just, let's not get it kicked out. Let's not get me kicked off platforms and like taken down anywhere. So I guess that's it. But yes, if you would like to request videos and guide the channel, you certainly can. Season and series tiers. I always forget the name of them. Season and series tiers. I shouldn't because I read them. Seasons and series tiers are the ones that request. Episode tiers are the ones that you can watch the longer form content. They don't request anything, but they get access to everything, which is super cool. And you could think of it, I guess, like a month-long movie ticket is kind of the way I think of it and reference it. And where's that webpage at? While you're there, check out the summer collection of merch. It is warm. I don't know if you've been outside recently, but it is quite warm. So all the summer gear is in the store. I don't know what's going on with my brain. It's just not working right now. All the summer gear is in the store. We got crop tees. We got athletic shorts. We got tank tops. We got polo shirt, a jersey that's very breathable, leggings, another crop tee, a logo tee, which is super lightweight. This is actually the first iteration of it. That's the second iteration. It is super lightweight. It feels like you're not even wearing a shirt, honestly, which is awesome. Got a super soft relax fit tee. And crop hoodie is amazing. It is super soft. The hoodie itself is very soft as well. You probably saw me in that last week, I think. Maybe last stream. I can't remember. The days are blurring. And while you're there, check out the accessories. This is the insulated tumbler. Obviously on the website it's in pink, but there's a bunch of different colors. I went with the mint. But yes, black is now back in stock. If you're waiting on black, it is available. Comes with the metal straw and everything. It is great. I use it for every stream just because it's handy. It's nice to have the little straw on it. And it holds a lot of water, which is what I need because I talk a lot. Tote bag, mouse pads new. The water bottle I take to work every day. It's been fantastic. You do have to hand wash the plastic part because of the decal on it. But the rest of it is machine washable. And the soft and cozy throw blanket is super soft. Super soft. It's literally on my couch right now. But go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitch and you have no idea that this is based on a YouTube channel, you can go check it out. Over 1,000 videos, like I said. We're somewhere over 12,400. I'm not exactly sure. I think we're closing in on 12,500. It'd be neat to get to 20,000 by, I don't know, end of summer. That'd be kind of cool. So let's work on that. If you are not subscribed today, let's go ahead and do it. If I bring this up, this is actually the numbers, actual numbers from last month. 87% of the watch time last month was from non-subscribers. So if you would subscribe today, we would probably reach the 20,000. Pretty easy, I would think. Actually, very easy, now that I think about it, based on the monthly views. So if you join today, it's free, it's easy, sign up, subscribe to all your favorite creators. That way you don't miss a video by them and you don't have to rely on the algorithm. Certainly the algorithm is pretty amazing. Don't worry when we subscribed. Right. Where was I? What was I saying? Got totally off track. If you subscribe today, you could subscribe to whatever creator you would like. No, you're fine, Megan. The algorithm, yes. The algorithm, if you rely on it for the homepage or whatever, you can lose people pretty easy. I don't know if you've noticed this. You probably have. So if you subscribe to somebody, you actually get a subscription tab on the app, YouTube app. And that gives you every video from who's ever posted. And it even lets you know which channel has a new video. So it's super easy. It's awesome. It's like a new homepage, honestly. But it's just from people you want to see. So if you want to go with the algorithm, that's cool. I usually start off at the algorithm and then I make my way to the subs page. So maybe you can do it like that. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe to YouTube today and sign up today and subscribe to the channel. There we go. There we go. While you're on YouTube, you might want to check out the Todd Reacts Plays channel. That's where all the gaming, don't lose Todd to the wilds. Indeed. Indeed. Subscribe to the gaming channel. This is where all the live streams of gaming content happens. We're currently on Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to be doing part 6 here tomorrow. Usually it's about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours at a time. It's live on Twitch and this YouTube channel, so if you want to check out one or the other, certainly feel free. I have both chats going to the same screen, so you're going to see your chat whether you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch, so you don't have to pick anywhere just to get your chat visible. It will show up. So go ahead and join that today. And last but certainly not least, my pitch for the Discord. It is free. It is absolutely free. You can sign up today. There's over 100 and I think it's like 115 or something like that members in the Discord, which is crazy, which is a great number. Super awesome. The conversations are amazing. Everyone's super nice. You'll get the inside joke of the peach as well if you join. And yeah, it's just been amazing. As you can see, there's a little events thing at the top there. That'll tell you when the events are on, and it'll even give you a link, which is super handy. There's a welcome channel. That's how you join. And if you want to request a channel, hop on the request a channel. Whatever you're into, whatever you want to talk about, you're going to meet probably a lot of people that are into what you're into. So, hey, strike up some conversations and have some fun. Updates from me, Todd. That is basically any delays, any canceled streams, rescheduled streams, whatever will be uploaded to that immediately whenever available. Tons of conversations, as you can see. It's amazing stuff. Lots of fun stuff as well. Happy and wholesome's wonderful. Movies, what have you seen lately? Let's talk about it. Question of the day, I posted one in there today. The Olympics are coming up. We got an Olympics channel as well. So go ahead and hop in there, talk about all your favorite athletes. And yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be interesting. I think they just finished the Olympic trials, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't actually know when the opening ceremony is of the Olympics. I should probably look that up. Worship the peach. Indeed. Indeed. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. Those are all my pitches. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and jump into the first video. It is Only Peaches. I'm dead. Oh, for some reason that video isn't opening, so I can't even see what it is. But luckily I have a list next to me, which is great. Always have backup plans. Believe in the impossible. It is a tribute for The Flash. Should be interesting. I heard the music when I load it. So when I load these videos, it plays for like 3 seconds. So I get like a little taste of what's coming. So I know if it's like a music video. I know if it's like a, a compilation, standard compilation and whatnot. But let's go ahead and jump into this Flash video.
Sorry, I'm late. But actually, my train was late. Well, the second one, the first one I did miss, but that was my cab driver's fault. I've got this great traffic app, and he thought that he was right. But I'm here now, though, so.
Great. Who the hell are you?
And do your parents know that you're here?
I'm Barry Allen. From the Central City Police Department. I'm with the Crime Scene Investigation Unit. We're working on a case with some similar...
To understand what I'm about to tell you, you need to do something first. You need to believe in the impossible.
Oh, and if you're watching on Twitch, go ahead and follow.
The old days.
I always forget that.
No doppelgangers, no flashpoint, no time travel.
We are closing in on 100
Against the bad guys.
follows on Twitch.
I may be the one in the suit doing all the running, but when I'm out there helping people, making a difference, you're all out there with me. Finally realized something. We were all struck by that lightning. The feeling of running hundreds of miles per hour, wind and power just rushing past my face. I love being the Flash. Let's do this one last time. My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive.
My name is Todd Reacts. And I am not the fastest man alive.
You can do this. Now run, Barry, run!
Run, Forrest, run!
Ramon, not a sightseeing tour.
Speak for yourself. We want our grandkids to know we did cool stuff.
Every decision you make creates another alternative.
I won't let Iris die.
Impossible.
Well, that's the thing. I am the impossible.
Flash is back!
I am the impossible. That is a great,
Part of the Speed Force.
great quote.
Feel the burn, blood work!
You'll always be my lightning
What's up,
rod.
Amisa?
I got faster.
How's it going? How's it going? Welcome in.
You can inspire people in a way that I never could.
Appreciate the follow.
Watch you on your city
Valiant.
like a guardian angel,
Welcome, welcome.
making a difference, saving people
Amina, what's going on?
in a flash. That bolt of lightning chose you. Don't ever forget it.
Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, and run, run.
Wow. That was high speed. I've been following for ages, but this is the first stream I've been able to catch live. Well, welcome. That's awesome. You reacting to music by any chance? I have. I don't think so today, other than like music videos, like compilation videos to music. Yeah, I don't think any straight music videos. I just did a bunch. I've done like Jeff Satter. What did I do? Oh, I just did a super long video of oh my gosh. Why is my brain not working today? 17. ATs, that's it. ATs. Oh my gosh. Excuse my brain. I just had a terrible day at work. Because it posted my first song today. I want people's opinions. Oh, cool. Well, congratulations. If you would like to request it, it is toddreacts.com. All these videos that are being seen today were requested by paying members of toddreacts.com. And let's see. Pull this up. That was an excellent edit, by the way. That was movie quality. That's the amazing part of that. It was movie quality. I really enjoyed that quote, I am the impossible. That is awesome. Just a little information on the Flash. We're not going to need a lot because we have gone over it quite a bit. Obviously, I've reacted to quite a few Flash Barry Allen videos. Originally, the 20th episode of Arrow's second season, Seeing Red was going to act as a backdoor pilot, and if it was popular enough, the series would be greenlit. Wow, that's actually really interesting. Huh. However, the executives at the CW saw The Scientist and Three Ghosts, Barry's premiere episodes of On Arrow, and made the call to order the series straight to pilot. That's actually really interesting. It makes sense because they're in the same universe, to just kind of weasel a pilot into Arrow and just kind of test the audience's opinion. And if there's, I'm assuming they probably never admit this, but I'm assuming they have people on like Reddit and whatnot reading public opinion, certainly Twitter X, whatnot. Maybe they just go by the ratings or whatnot, but I'm assuming they're keeping an eye on Reddit and whatnot just to try to get some public opinion. In October 2014, The Flash was greenlit for a full season by the CW, extending from 13 episodes to 23. That is, wow, clearly a success. Would be foolish not to. Indeed, Jace. I agree. Flash was renewed for a second season, 2015, third season, fourth season, fifth season, sixth season, seventh, eighth. Ninth season be the final. Premiered February 8th, 2023. I didn't realize it was that short. Like, I didn't realize it was 2023. That was not that far away. Dang, that's actually pretty amazing. Trivia is always interesting. Learn little tidbits. The Flash has had one supplemental comic book series, The Flash Season 0, one supplemental internet blog, The Chronicles of Cisco. The guy who sang the thong song? Just kidding. And two super supplemental web series, Chronicles of Cisco and Stretched Scene. In addition, The Flash has also had several supplementary books. Grant Gustin is the only cast member to have appeared in every episode of the series. Wow. Dang, okay. Below is a list of the episodes that marked the first time the original series regulars did not appear. That's crazy. The only actors who have appeared in every season of The Flash at least one time are Grant Gustin, Candace Patton, Danielle Panabaker, Jesse Martin, Tom Cavanaugh, Patrick Sabangui, I'm assuming, David Ramsey, and John Wesley Shipp. Season 6 is the first season to not have an opening monologue in any episode, in addition to introducing a new opening sequence. So it got a little Season 6 refresh, I guess. Season 9 is the only season to be presented in letterbox format, while previous seasons were presented in matted widescreen. That's fascinating. Why did they go letterbox? Huh. I see how Martin was so good in Rent, the musical. 525. How do you measure a year? Top 10 funniest. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I had more on that. Never mind. We do not. Flash has the fourth highest number of series regulars. That is a huge cast. Legends of Tomorrow had 23. That makes sense that had a ton of regulars. Arrow had 21. Batwoman, Superman and Lois, 12. Wow. 12 is not a lot. But 23 seems like a lot. I don't know. A lot of different plot lines, a lot of different stories, etc. Season 4. Oh, are these the opening monologues? My name is Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest man alive. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist, but secretly, with the help of my friends at Star Labs, I fight crime and find other meta-humans like me. But when my daughter came back from the future to help, she changed the present, and now our world is more dangerous than ever, and I'm the only one fast enough to save it. I am the Flash. Interesting. Yeah, that was beautiful. It was very cinematic. And I'm not just meaning because it was like this. It was very cinematic. Music was great. The cutscenes were fantastic. The editing was great. It just had good pacing as well. I mean, that was the perfect compilation. So kudos to the editor on that. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. Let's go ahead and jump into the second video. That is 911, The Bitter Earth. This bitter earth. Not exactly sure what that means. I guess, the world can be cold sometimes.
An emergency is the absence of choice, the randomness of the world.
Guessing it won't be as funny as Mondays. Indeed, it won't. The channel that put out Monday's video actually commented on that video.
You know why they make us wear
So whenever
uniforms, right? Because
the
when
creator
we take the uniform
comments
off
on the
at
video, I
end of
always
day,
pin it.
Symbolizes letting go.
All right, 118. Let's get to it.
This bitter earth.
I need you to trust me. Give me your hand. I can't.
Well, what the fruit it bears.
Yeah, but for you, it's not about the rush anymore. You know, the thrill.
If that's the question you're gonna ask after that, I'm sorry in advance for the lesson you gotta learn.
This bitter earth.
You did everything right.
And she's still dead.
Oh,
Did you know she played the cello?
And if my life.
I don't think you can beat yourself up over that. Clearly, the sirens were going.
I will never be completely free of that.
The glow of a rose.
Being a firefighter is.
Although typically
my
they do
life.
slow down for intersections like a little
The
bit.
only thing I have ever
Just
done
because
that
you
was
can't trust people to stop.
important and that
You just
mattered.
can't.
What good am I? Heaven only knows.
We only ever wanted to go together. Guess I can only hope to find something that good. You don't find it, son.
I think I get it now.
You make it.
Bitter earth. Yes, can be so cold.
Boy, they all went through something.
Because I forgave her. For everything. And it wasn't enough.
The light change failed. Oh.
I wasn't enough.
Today, you're young. Too soon, you're old.
You're thinking about your father?
He's the ghost that haunts my brain.
But while ago,
I think every emergency vehicle I've seen approach an intersection usually slows down.
You tried something and it didn't work out. Maybe the next time it does. I don't want you to ever stop trying.
sure someone may answer my call.
No one gets through this show without trauma.
And anyone who thinks
The
they can hire
viewer,
you is exactly
the cast,
where I want to be standing.
the characters.
This bitter earth.
Kind of our shtick. You're the genius.
They all have daddy issues of some kind.
You're so much more than that.
May not, oh, be so bitter after all.
Maybe that's why they have this innate goal to protect people and save people, because they couldn't be saved themselves. Maybe they weren't protected when they were younger. Total BS. I just totally made that up.
That there is always a reason to live, to fight for another day. And that no matter how dark that tunnel gets, there is always a light at the end of it.
Bitter earth.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
You know why red bloods can grow
There
so
goes $100,000. I think 150 what we quoted. Somewhere around there. If not more.
Rigid, eventually you'll
No,
break.
like 350. There's a lot of money for one of those.
What good is love? That no one shares.
It's a saying that the family you're born into, the one you choose.
And if my life
Oh, that's what the 118 is, the family we chose.
the dust,
Aww.
ooh, that
That's
hides
sweet.
the glow of a rose.
It's too late. As long as we are both here, it's not too late.
But what good am I? What good am I?
Kevin died, Eli. And time Tommy did one. Because of you.
You act like you're expendable.
This is my dream.
But you're wrong.
I don't want to take the next step. I want to take every step.
Love me anyway.
We're gonna be okay.
But in
A lot of
those
resiliency.
moments of darkness,
Certainly, in one of those
fear.
positions.
we call out to the light up ahead, to the people we love. We still back that choice, and we choose each other. We choose to live. So when the ground shifts beneath
Pick
our
me,
feet,
choose me,
and
love
the
me.
storms rage around us, it's all these people
Whenever
who provide relief.
whenever I see "Love Me," I just always think about that Meredith
shelter.
Grey.
This is how we save ourselves. By saving each other.
Okay.
Because nobody, not anybody, has ever been
Yeah, there's no saving
saved
grace for
alone.
neglecting your kids. Like, that is just... I mean, that's like rule number 1. Love your kids and hug them. Make sure they're fed. Make sure they're clothed. I mean, it's really self-explanatory. What you do for yourself, you should probably do for your kid. Angela Bassett, absolutely. Amazing actor. Amazing. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. That was fantastic. Lots of trauma. It showed everybody's, issues. Kind of touched on everybody's for a little bit. Athena Grant or Angela Bassett. What was I going to say? Dang it. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Oh, yeah, I just went off onto that. Take care of your kids, people. I completely threw my thought away. In a position where you're serving the public like that, with a firefighter, whatnot, you're not really enforcing rules per se, but you are trying to save lives, very much like ER nurse, ER doctor, etc. That's why it's a little different than being a police officer, because police officers, yes, they are trying to protect and serve, if they're good. But for a lot of it, you're also enforcing law, So it's a little, I don't know, subjective. It's based on your personality. What kind of person are you? If you're a bad person and you're given power, you're going to be a bad person in power. But firefighters are very different. They're not enforcing rules, really. I mean, other than like fire code, like maybe there's too many people in a building or something. It's the only thing I can think about. But Eddie arrested someone with zip ties. Citizens arrest. Citizens arrest. It's very selfless, is what I'm trying to get at. Firefighters are very selfless. They're supposed to run into burning buildings, supposed to put themselves at harm. That's why they're wearing all that protective gear, because they're supposed to literally run into fire. Which is just admirable as hell. That is fantastic. I've never had a desire to be a firefighter, but I do have a tremendous amount of respect for firefighters, just because I think that's another position that I just could not see myself fulfilling, and I just respect anybody that's willing to go forth into that. Especially volunteer firefighters. Like people that just volunteer, they're not even getting paid. Like that, like small town, like rural firefighter stations, like those are just... The fact that people even want to volunteer for that is amazing. Like, especially that. They probably don't even have a pension. Like nothing. So, certainly those folks are worthy of praise. I agree. I think firefighters are so selfless and need to be respected because they are incredible beings. Indeed. Like, it's doing stuff that I would never sign up for. Like, running into a burning building? No, I'd be running out of the burning building. Like, if you're willing to run back in and, like, get some people out, like, that's incredible. Yeah, especially volunteer. I'm going to say that again. Volunteer firefighters is one of the most selfless things I could think of. You're not even getting paid. Like, you're just doing it out of the kindness of your heart. Maybe you just really enjoy driving the truck, hitting the switch, being able to drive through red lights or whatever. But for the most part, it's very selfless. Yeah, I absolutely adore it. Let's go ahead and look up some information. I actually switched this around because that was such a serious and very sad video. I was going to start with this 10 funniest. I was like, that doesn't capture the vibe of that video very well. Let's start with this one. One of TV's best procedurals is Better Than Ever. 911 has reached its peak with season 7, which delivers many satisfying payoffs to long-running narrative threads right out of the gate, gripped audiences with an ambitious high-stakes storyline. It's the latest season, ultimately captured everything, which makes the show so great, juggling action scenes and heartfelt character moments. It is certainly one of those shows. I think there's been many of these shows around where it's a lot of action. You know, maybe a cop show like NYPD Blue comes to mind. Chicago Fire comes to mind. Gosh, there's been a bunch of these shows. The Wire certainly was an original. What else? Blue Bloods, I think, is I think that's starring Tom Selleck or something on CBS in the US. Very similar. So it's like action scenes and procedurals, but also a lot very heavy into character storylines and whatnot. 911 has cemented itself as one of television's hottest primetime dramas with its latest season. Heart-pounding action, eye-popping visuals, and heartwarming bonding moments. The fact that it's been on 2 stations and it continues is amazing. That tells you how good it is. Another rival station was like, yeah, we'll pick it up. We'll take it. We'll take it. The mounting cost of the large budget led to Fox's cancellation of the beloved series after 6 seasons. Fortunately, ABC was willing to fork over the cash, basically. 911 season 7 started with a bang. The fact that they were able to just keep going up, elevating things, making it better, the budget goes up, it gets better. Like, that is incredible. The fact that it's season 7 and it's been seen as one of the best seasons, if not the best season. Eddie Diaz's ex-wife returns for a small but meaningful role. Elijah Cooper replaces Mark Anthony as Athena's son, Harry Grant. 4th episode is the 100th episode, and obviously that's the big one with Buck. If you don't know what that is, go check out every video I've ever done. I think I've done multiple about Buck's story of coming out as bi by kissing Tommy. And then having the world's most awkward date I think I've ever seen in my life. Season 7 ran from March to May 2024 and continued 911's tradition of nurturing each character, packed plenty of value into the shorter 10-episode run. You know what? ABC probably made it. I'm an ally, yes. This is joining ABC the ratings of Sword. That's great. That is great. Had better ratings than basketball? Oh my gosh. That's incredible. I'm actually one of those people. I used to watch basketball all the time. Now I don't watch it. So maybe I helped contribute it in some way. You know, it's probably going to be shorter seasons, like 10 episodes, just because the budget's so big. And that's probably how they justified it. Heart-pounding opening episodes of Season 7 revolve around Bobby and Athena. The loving couple's romantic cruise goes predictably south, forcing the rest of the 118 to fly to their aid, literally. Oh my gosh, that probably cost a few bucks. Oh my gosh. 10 episodes was because of the writer's strike. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to hear it wasn't like budgetary. At this point, Season 7 splits into multiple storylines. While this narrative is an expected standard for 911, its staggered stories give each character time to shine. It's great. Capsized Episode 3 is Season 7's highest rated episode on IMDb. Let's see. Continues the procedural genre's tradition of borrowing dramatic scenes from newspaper headlines. I think that's fascinating. I think that's really cool. Gives it kind of a sense of realness, reality. Kind of ties it to real life in a way. Maybe not one for one, but close. Let's see here. Bobby Nash battles his past after being confronted by a victim of the apartment fire that killed his first family. Oh my gosh. That is probably very gut-wrenching. In a convoluted twist of fate, his attempts to amend his fatal error land him in the drug cartel's bad side. Oof. House is burned to the ground, and a comatose Bobby is forced to reconcile with the imaginary ghost of his alcoholic father, who is also a firefighter. In the midst of the emotional breakdown, Bobby announces a plan to retire. I think, unfortunately, that's also like a byproduct of firefighters, is there's usually substance abuse, unfortunately. I think it's one of those professions where it's pretty high. Firefighters, police, probably due to the fact that it's high stress. Certainly that's one of the reasons why whenever, back in the day, I don't think they do it anymore, really, but military members, specifically U.S. members, and I think the Brits as well, would get a pack of cigarettes in their meals, their MREs, which is wild to think about today. But I don't know if that still happens. I don't think it does. But every meal had an entire pack of cigs, which is just crazy. Just for high stress, right? Protector of the 118, the loving spouse, and the traumatized firefighter. These distinct personalities are at the heart of Bobby's character, and as lines between each blur, viewers feel a palpably rising sense of dread for 118's larger-than-life leader. 911's biggest Season 7 reveals, well, obviously Buck is a part of that, right? Athena and Bobby are the only main cast members appearing in Step 9, the 8th episode of the season. Whoa, that's a really interesting... Wow, that's interesting. So it's just a real big close-up on those two characters. Penultimate episode, Ashes, Ashes, was originally titled Unfinished Business. Chimney and Maddie finally get married. That's huge. That's huge. Ceremony goes awry, of course. Buck comes out as bisexual and starts dating Tommy. Dating. I don't know if they eventually date, but that first one was, whew. I'm an ally. Season finale culminated with a self-reliant twist. Why did I say reliant? Referential twist. Vincent Garrard, an infamous, bigoted, and old-fashioned fire captain. Oh, yeah, that's right. The old fire captain has appointed himself as the head of the 118. What? His newfound status is questionable, as he used Bobby's admittingly ill-advised retirement announcement to regain control. Yikes. Abusive tendencies were firsthand witnessed by Chimney and Hen. Why Season 7 was the best. Jennifer Love Hewitt pitched the idea for the hilarious crossover with The Bachelor. Longtime fans are rewarded for their dedication. Season 7 features many flashbacks to older episodes. They do end up dating, yes? Oh, okay. He recovered from that, which is good. Despite a 10-episode limit, the 911 team delivered a polished and fully realized narrative comparable to its usual 18-episode runs. Even a cancellation couldn't slow down what was once Fox's highest-rated drama series. Where will it go in Season 8? Premiere September 26th. Will retain its previous scheduled slot, airing at 8 p.m. I mean, that's a great time slot. That's prime time, baby. 911 will no longer air on the same channel as its spin-off series, Lone Star, due to its acquisition by ABC. Wait, so Fox still has 911 Lone Star? What? Obviously, Captain Gerard is poised to be the show's next villain. Beyond the expected drama, 911 has plenty of space to give its lovable cast individual attention and growth. I'm assuming it's going to be many more episodes than 10. Fortunately, the wait won't be long. Yeah, September 26th. Time is going to fly. Summer's going to be over in like 2 seconds. However, the possibilities for crossovers with Lone Star have slimmed. Yeah, they're on different networks, of course. Spin-off series which stars Rob Lowe, the firefighter in Austin, Texas, remains under its original Fox Broadcasting banner. I wouldn't be surprised if they cancel it as well. I would not be totally shocked. They've hinted the big disaster on Insta. Oh. There's mystery if Lone Star will be canceled or not. It's definitely going to be canceled. I am taking a 100% stance on that. I'm calling it right now. It'll be canceled. I don't know if they've filmed the next season, but it's probably going to be gone. I'm hoping they don't use Gerard as a full villain. Would be much better to see him as someone who has grown and changed for the better, even if there's still growing pains. That'd be kind of interesting. Lead characters have walked. Oh, really? Yeah, Lone Star is dead in the water. Season 8, Bess, Hornets, swarming of some kind. I'm trying to think. The only thing I can think of with Hornets is the murder Hornets. Remember those African murder Hornets that were like all the rage in like 2020 or 2021 or something like that? There's like, they're going to take over. It's like, what? Did they ever take over? I just remember that storyline of like, they're going to invade. They're going to, injure people. I'm like, what? Can we stop with the global stuff, please? It's getting out of control. Top 10 funniest episodes ranked. Go ahead and run through this. Mixed feelings. Now that is a funny picture. Murder Hornets might be it. Yeah, maybe. Buck dying and coming back to life was pretty heavy until he hilariously learned that getting struck by lightning caused him to develop math powers. What? Even better, Eddie took Buck to poker night. With the two of them, would be able to capitalize on Buck's powers. This scene is, oh my gosh, it's like Rain Man. That's probably the reference. Cursed, Season 6, Episode 7. 911 sometimes borders on being a soap opera. Played on this by having an actual soap opera star, Felisa, be a target of multiple calls. Show is always played on the supernatural at times, and it was very funny to see the members of the 118 react to the possible curse. First was so ridiculous. Future Tense, Season 4, Episode 3. Additionally, Buck and Christopher used this fear to play a prank on Eddie at the end of the episode where they pretended that Hildy had bought him a coffee maker. Funniest part was Eddie's fear of Hildy, the device that controls the smart home. Oh, it's kind of a play on, yeah, right. I don't even want to say the names of them because it'll probably trigger somebody's smart device or phone. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of 2001: A Space Odyssey with HAL 2000 or whatever it was. And then The Simpsons played on that. And you know what's funny? I don't think I've ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. So what pops in my mind is The Simpsons reference to that. Because The Simpsons played it up and did a whole episode on it, which was super awesome. But what's funny is I think of that first, and then I think of the movie. Full Moon, Creepy AF, Season 1, Episode 7. Oh boy. Oh boy. Buck looks completely out of his element. This episode had a full moon, causing everyone to act strangely, especially at the calls that the 118 dealt with. Some of the funnier calls were a yoga class for expecting mothers, where the 118 helped deliver babies. There was also a guy with a 7-foot tapeworm. Ugh. That Buck pulled out, to Bobby's horror. Oh my gosh. Buck's first birth was multiple births. This episode was very funny because it used the idea of the full moon making people act weird, or to have some very silly calls. Abandoned Ships, Season 7, Episode 1. That's obviously the cruise. Additionally, Athena hilariously tried to avoid being alone with Bobby on the cruise because she worried that they would have nothing to talk about. There was also a funny call where Eddie sweetly used a green jello metaphor to get a woman out of an unfortunate situation, to everyone else's confusion. Treasure hunt? Buck kind of flirted with Tapeworm Guy? Really? Treasure Hunt, Season 4, Episode 12. Showed the 118 responding to calls where people got injured while competing in a treasure hunt left by a dead author. Calls were very funny, but even funnier was how the main characters got into it as well, with many planning to find the treasure. Some of the members turned on each other. Oh, the author faked his death. Interesting. And the assistant stole the prize money and fled the country. Oh my gosh. Eddie had to turn off the woman and did it expertly with Jello talk. Oh, okay. Appreciate the context. There goes The Neighborhood, Season 4, Episode 7. Absolutely hilarious. Michael's peculiar new hobby of spying on his neighbors with a telescope. Oh my gosh. With Athena enlisted Bobby to help Michael, Bobby ended up getting involved in the spying and helping Michael to investigate his suspicious neighbor. Oh my gosh. That makes me think of Disturbia, Shia LaBeouf. That also makes me think of, what's it called? The Burbs with Tom Hanks. It was an interesting thriller, I guess you would call it. Telescope because lockdown boredom. Ah, gotcha. That's funny. That is funny. Episode was extremely funny with Michael and Bobby serving as the ultimate comedic duo, especially when they dragged David into it as well. Dosed, Season 2, Episode 6. We are on top 3. Some of the highlights were Buck and Eddie musing about seeing the pollen in the air and acting alarmed by the tiny ladies at the Children's Beauty pageant. Gosh. It was very funny that an older woman had drugged the 118 as a thank you for them taking care of her. Oh my gosh. First responders of 911 always take their jobs very seriously, so it was absolutely hilarious to watch Bobby, Hen, Buck, and Eddie be high at work. Dosed as the LCD. Oh, LSD. Gotcha. David is Michael's bestie. Good to know. Bobby and Michael may be Athena's ex and current husband, but also chaotic best friends. That's amazing. Ocean's 911. Oh, yeah. And then they got framed for it, right? Medical emergency took place in a locked bank vault that also led to Hen getting infected. The 118 had to break into the vault using Michael's help. This was not the end for them, and they all had to be investigated by detectives after money was stolen. Boyfriend, not bestie. Autocorrect is weird. Indeed it is. This episode was very funny because of its playful parody and how well it played on the typical heist movie tropes. Number 1, Jinx. Season 4, Episode 6. Introduced the 118 superstition that if anyone says that things are quiet in the firehouse, they will be cursed. Sure enough, after poor Ravi made that error, the 118 dealt with non-stop calls that were all particularly strange, such as a man who taped himself to a billboard in order to get more attention for his rap career. Literally, Steve-O did this. Steve-O of Jackass fame did this for his comedy tour. That is a real story. Taped himself to a billboard. I think he got in trouble for that, if I'm not mistaken. Made for a very funny episode with all the silly disasters. It was also a lot of fun to see Ravi brought more into the group. It's common superstition in hospitals, cops, and firefighters. Yeah. It's very much, you know what it reminds me of is when a baseball pitcher is pitching a perfect game and you're not supposed to talk about it. Not supposed to mention it. You just kind of go about your business. Nobody's supposed to even look at them. Like you're just supposed to ignore them. And the announcers won't even say anything either. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. That was an excellent edit. Obviously very serious. Had a bunch of different traumas in there for every character, which is cool. You know, you kind of get to see everybody's metal, what they're made of. Obviously, if they're in that profession, they're going to be able to take a lot over the years. I'm sure the first time you get tested, you probably waver just a little bit, but you know, you get to see if you're made out for it, honestly. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. It is House MD, House and Cameron. What I am is what you need. Season 8, episode 22, I believe. Go ahead and jump in there. Oh, it would help if I actually pulled up the video. I knew I was forgetting something. Boom, there we go. You're ever wondering why videos are not the full screen? Because there's subtitles.
Tried to be like you, tried to understand you because I thought I could heal you.
Yeah, I don't think I watched it either that far.
I was 21 and I watched my husband die.
I'm sorry, but that's not the whole story.
People dismiss me.
They like you. Everyone likes you.
Do you? I have to know.
Yeah, I think she eventually,
You like me.
started crushing on him or something. I don't even know. I didn't make it this far.
That's kind of a sad question.
Just trying to figure out what makes you tick.
I don't think that's why you're asking.
Yeah, I think so.
Why are you here? You find me a pony?
I'm just waiting for the surgery.
Do you like monster trucks?
I don't know what they are.
Right. This is pretty lame, right?
I think she likes lame.
That you're getting in touch with your feelings.
So there's absolutely nothing I can do to make you think that I don't like you.
Sorry, no.
Knowing is always better than not knowing.
You know what? That's actually true. Knowing's a lot better than not knowing. Sometimes that can be awful, though.
Stop talking.
What?
Oh, you got me. Because you are extremely pretty. You have pretty hair.
You look good.
Don't they look pleased?
I'm Allison Cameron. I work with your son.
Greg's told us all about you.
Really?
I'm twice your age. I'm not great looking. I'm not charming. I'm not even nice.
Sometimes the answers just aren't that simple.
That's self-reflection, though.
You just couldn't love me. There are only two ways I can deal with things. One is in my control.
What do you expect me to do?
I expect you to be just fine.
You miss me.
You miss me.
No pickles, and it's cold now.
If it's a Reuben, that's the way he likes it.
I do love a good Reuben.
What I am is what you need.
It's usually my go-to.
I'm damaged.
Stop this, please.
You're having more bad days lately, aren't you?
Yes. Stay in character. I'm so scared.
Probably getting a spinal tap, being on your side
It's
like
not about
that.
pain. It's about being
They did a
open
lot of spinal taps in that
and
show.
completely vulnerable to another person. If you can learn to be that deeply trusting, it changes you.
Not your case.
Nothing wrong with the consult.
Been sitting there the whole time.
No.
I see you're lying.
Ignorance is bliss.
House has changed you. Do you think it's all been for the better?
You are not healthy.
Indeed. His patients must have just had unlimited funds. Start with a scan of your full body. All right, that'll be $5,000.
Why did I fire you again?
You didn't. I quit.
Okay. Okay.
All change is bad.
That answered that question.
It's not true, you know.
I wonder if the sound got cut there or something. I don't know. Interesting. David Shore show. All right. House MD. Number one, that was a good edit. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original. Go throw it some love. Also, check out their channel. You might like other videos they do. So go ahead and give it a look-see. House MD. Hugh Laurie as an American always feels odd to me. Indeed. Nailed it, though. The accent's pretty good. For the longest time, what's funny is whenever somebody with an accent, a foreign accent, does like an American accent, for the longest time, usually, people are completely unaware. No idea if it's a good one. House was one of those. I didn't fully realize Hugh Laurie was not an American until maybe I saw him in an interview at some point, like maybe a second season. Like I just had no idea. Very similar to Christian Bale. Christian Bale's got a very thick accent, very noticeable. But for some reason, his American accent is just incredible. Buck from 911 always surprises people. What? I didn't know he had an accent. House MD. I'll say this. When it came out, House MD was one of those shows that was must-watch television for me. I watched it with my dad. I think one of my brothers also watched it. I can't remember exactly. Oliver Stark, a.k.a. Buck, is English. No way. Wow, I did not know that. So there you go. Sometimes the American accent's so good you don't even realize it. You don't even realize somebody's a foreign person. No clue. That typically happens a lot though, especially Australian actors. For some reason, like Hugh Jackman has an incredible American accent. Like you would have no idea if you were watching the X-Men movies. I think every movie Hugh Grant has had a English accent. Pretty sure. I can't exactly remember all of them, but yeah, House MD was much watched television when it came out. Especially, I think at the time I was watching Smallville and House MD religiously, like every week. Didn't miss an episode. Just completely sucked into it. This was really before YouTube kind of took off. This was probably maybe like a year into YouTube. So it was just never fully there yet. Like this is at the time of like cable internet and DSL, like nothing fiber, not even high speed cable internet. We're talking very slow. It was just one of those things. Patient woman takes yeah, exactly. A love story. A love story indeed. Saw a clip of one of the Aussie guys from Spartacus and Days of Our Lives as American. So weird. Yeah, it is very strange. Yeah, the premise of House MD is crazy, right? He's a pill-popping doctor. Everybody knows he's taking pills, and they still allow him to practice. Clearly, that would be a reason to put somebody on suspension or just fire them. Like even the chief of medicine knows it's going on. Like Sherlock Holmes was an addict. Yeah, it's true. Wilson, Mrs. Watson. That's such a good metaphor, indeed. Yeah, everybody knew he was popping pills, so it makes no sense that was going on. Clearly, he's talented, but at a certain point, you're opening yourself up to a massive lawsuit. Like, we're talking crazy scandal, crazy lawsuit. There's no way a hospital would take on that legal risk. No chance. None. But other than that, once you get past that, it was very interesting. Like, he was clearly an unlikable character. Had some quality to him, but also just a lot of negatives. It was very much like an anti-hero in a way. Wilson was always great. Absolutely enjoyed Wilson's presence. He was like the good cop to the bad cop, basically. The other doctors, you really didn't get much out of, honestly. We didn't get a lot of their story until the later seasons. I think I stopped watching House season 5, maybe 4, potentially. But up until then, I was watching every episode. When it aired on television, I made time to watch it. I think it was on at like 8 o'clock, so it wasn't that late. Apparently, Twitch on my phone censors Babe. Oh, that's weird. It was the intentional premise, the Holmes house. Really? I did not even realize that. But that makes a lot of sense. That makes a heck of a lot of sense. I thought it was thrilling. Obviously, the show structure got a little old after a while. It was just like, here's a crazy situation. And House MD's just like, let's figure it out. And then it's just medical procedure, experimental, just running up that hospital bill. And then they somehow find it at the end. Like, usually they found it. Sometimes they let the patient die, which was kind of interesting because it led for more solemn moments and House popping more pills and having really downtrodden monologues. But yeah, I think overall, when it first launched, it was very cool. Won a ton of awards, lots of good ratings. People were just into it. They're like, who is this like sassy, sarcastic prick, basically, who's figuring out these crazy stories? The medical aspect of it Very flimsy. The episode about how he got his limp changed the format as well. Yeah, very true. The epiphany moments. Yeah, the epiphany moments. Those were, sometimes they were okay, but a lot of times it was just kind of like, all right. Didn't you guys realize that like 8 steps ago? But, you know, I get it. You have to whittle down the causes. Ay. Yeah, it did get kind of old after a while. At that point, I think after season 5, season 4, I think at that point it really relied on the personal relationship stories. Who's in the house? House and the chief of staff or chief of medicine, they had like a love thing towards the end. I don't know exactly how it ended up, but it got a little bit more into the romance. Cuddy, that's right. All I remember is this one episode where she was on a he was on a train, and it was like a weird drug-infused or fueled memory or something. And then all of a sudden she was like stripping on one of the bus poles. I was like, what's happening? Originally aired on Fox in the US for 8 seasons, 2004 to 2012. Gregory House, pain medication dependent, very dependent. Definitely committing quite a few felonies. Unconventional misanthropic medical genius who leads a team of diagnostic fellows at the fictional Princeton Plainsboro Teaching Hospital in Princeton, Jersey. Show's premise originated with Paul Attanasio, while David Shore, who is credited as creator, was primarily responsible for the conception of the title character. Blah, blah, blah. House often clashes with his fellow physicians, including his own diagnostic team, not only because many of his hypotheses about patients' illnesses are based on subtle or controversial insight, but due to his perception that he is in near constant pain. His flouting of hospital rules and procedures frequently leads him into conflict with his boss, hospital administrator and dean of medicine, Lisa Cuddy. House's only true friend is Dr. Wilson, head of the Department of Oncology. During the first 3 seasons, House's diagnostic team consists of Chase, Cameron, and Eric Foreman. By the way, which also, I don't know why this started happening, but a lot of the medical investigations led to one of those people or more breaking into patients' houses. Like B&Es, like all across the board, just breaking laws and breaking into people's homes, searching their cabinets. Like we're talking illegal stuff. Like it was such an odd show. The end of season 3, this team disbands, rejoined by Foreman. House gradually selects 3 new members. Oh yeah, Olivia Wilde comes into it. That's right. I forgot about that. And Cal Penn as well. House was among the top 10 shows in the U.S. from its 2nd season through its 4th season. Distributed to 66 countries, was the most watched television program in the world in 2008. Whoa. The show received numerous awards, including 5 Primetime Emmy Awards, 2 Golden Globes, a Peabody, and 9 People's Choice Awards. Oh, they canceled it mid-season. Following an hour-long retrospective. Was the most widely discussed television series on the social media site Facebook in 2011. Yeah, that makes sense. Cal Penn's character self-game over so he could go work in the White House. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Self-deleted. That's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember that. I always figured my medical issues were about low importance case while House and Co. deal with drama level. Right. They were always dealing with just the most off the wall, like rarest conditions known to man. And like the fix was always something so never heard of. Like, oh, to fix them, we're going to have to irradiate them to like a Chernobyl level and then just bring them back to life. Like, what? Let's look at the ratings. Is this possible? Maybe. Its first season ranked 24th among all television series and was 9th most popular primetime program among women. Oh, it was aided by a lead-in from American Idol. House reached its peak in its third season, attracting an average of almost 20 million viewers per episode. Oh my gosh. And then we think, for some reason, Batwoman just came to mind. And then I think of Batwoman that had like 300,000 in the last couple episodes. Oh my gosh. 20 million is pretty good. In its fifth season, the show attracted 12 million viewers per episode and slipped to 19th. You know what, though? That's still good. A lot of channels, especially CW, would kill for 12 million viewers per episode. They would absolutely kill for it. Most watched episode of House is the season 4 episode Frozen, which aired after the Super Bowl. Okay. After the Super Bowl. Well, of course it was. It attracted slightly more than 29 million viewers. I watched that episode because I watch all the Super Bowls. So I just remember them advertising it throughout the entire game. Like, stay tuned. House MD, new episode. Like, of course it's going to have a ton of people who just left the television on. Probably either eating again, or maybe they're, talking to people that are leaving, guests. House ranked third for the week, equaling the rating of American Idol. American Idol had that many viewers? Oh my gosh. And surpassed only by the Super Bowl itself and the post-game show. That's not surprising. Usually I think over 100 million watch the Super Bowl. It's usually a pretty decent amount of people. Awards and honors. House has redefined the medical television show. No longer a world where an idealized doctor has all the answers, or a hospital where gurneys race down the hallways. House's focus is on the pharmacological and the intellectual demands of being a doctor. Trial and error of new medicine skillfully expands the show beyond the format of a classic procedural, and at the show's heart, a brilliant but flawed physician is doling out the prescriptions, a fitting symbol for modern medicine. Yeah, I agree with that. It was a bit different than like ER and Scrubs, Grey's Anatomy. It was very much dependent on House. All right, that character being in constant pain with a cane, addicted to pills, paying pharmacists to give him pills. Like, it was very interesting to watch. Obviously, it did not make you want to go into a hospital or be seen by a doctor, because you just instantly thought of this quote-unquote, well, what's a good way to say it? I almost said something. I had to self-censor myself. A jerk. We'll say that. A jerk. I don't think we had ever seen such a jerk portrayed as a doctor. Usually they're, somewhat reasonable. Show Bedside Manor. Yes. Bedside Manor was crazy. The amount, my favorite scenes of House MD was when he was attending and he had to go into the room with a single patient and it was just an in and out thing. Those are by far the best interactions he's ever had with patients. And it's usually him just roasting somebody or just making them look so ridiculous. Which is not something you want from your doctor, but it was absolutely great. Every single time he went into that room, I knew it was going to be brutal. Show received a Peabody for what the Peabody board called an unorthodox lead character. Yeah, exactly. And for cases fit for a medical Sherlock Holmes, which helped make House the most distinctive new doctor drama in a decade. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It was definitely different. Hugh Laurie appeared on the cover of TV Guide in 2005 as TV's sexiest man. 2008, Gregory House was voted second sexiest television doctor ever, behind ER's Doug Ross, a.k.a. George Clooney. That's not surprising. The anti-vax mom, he starts telling her about baby-sized coffins. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Suddenly remembering all of this. Those scenes in that room when he was just one-on-one with a patient was just beautiful. Oh my gosh. Gregory House. Double specialty of infectious disease and nephrology. Yeah, just an incredible Sherlock Holmes references. Look at that. Oh my God. House is a synonym of home, which is a homophone of Holmes. Both have drug issues. House with Vicodin, Holmes with cocaine, morphine, and tobacco. What's nephrology? That's a good question. I don't know. That is a great question. Let's go ahead and search. Conditions and kidney failure. Interesting. The study of kidneys, specifically normal kidney function and kidney diseases. I don't think he dealt with the kidneys much. Maybe once in a while there was a storyline, but usually not. I think most of his stuff was just complete randomness. Yeah, the amount of Sherlock Holmes references is wild. House calls all his associates by their last names. The same with Holmes calling John Watson by his last name. Can deduce and diagnose a great deal just from looking at a person, as can Sherlock Holmes. Both play musical instruments. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth, explains deductive reasoning. Differential diagnosis follows the same logic. House is shot by Jack Moriarty, whilst Holmes' arch nemesis is Professor Moriarty. Wow. I didn't even realize any of this. That is mind-blowing now that I think about it. House is the only main character who appeared in every episode. That makes sense. Huddy sets aside $50,000 every year for legal expenses caused by House. House manages to come in under budget, meaning people rarely use them. An average of 40% of all the legal cases the hospital faces in a year are the result of Dr. House. On average, House visits the HR department 2 times every day. Doesn't like pickles. He'd fit in well with the K-pop groups. Doesn't like pickles. Ironically, he's made a hobby of collecting a variety of running shoes, which is interesting for someone with a cane. House's blood type is AB, universal recipient, as seen in Season 4, Episode 8. Wilson calls it appropriate, as it is a metaphor for House taking from anyone and everyone, but only able to give a small number of specific people. Oh, I loved the dynamic between Wilson and House. It was just wonderful. He likes to watch the OC because it makes him happy. Same. House's diagnostic error metric is 0.17, which is better than the hospital average, 0.32. Well, yeah, that was the whole point in why they kept him. Why would you keep someone like that if they weren't good? Allison Cameron, as you saw in the video. Cameron, when House asks what she expects him to do after resigning, in Human Error, no, I expect you to do what you always do. Make a joke, go on, I expect you to just be fine. Yeah, literally the entire show, at least what I saw, was just a deterioration of Dr. House. Like, just constantly going downhill. To the point where you assume he's just going to crash and burn. That's the fun. That's kind of an interesting part about the show, is that it's just, you notice it early on. It's just a constant downward spiral. Specialist in immunology. She was the youngest member of the diagnostic team. She is seen in the series finale, Everybody Dies, both as a hallucination telling House that it's okay for him to die to end his pain, and in real life at House's funeral. Very little is known about her early life. Implied that unlike Foreman and Chase, her adolescence was rather uneventful. Wasn't revealed where she did her residency. By the time season 8 came around, the final season, she was just a guest star. It was revealed she now works in emergency medicine in Chicago. Dinner time here, gotta go. Enjoy dinner. Hope it's good. Hope it's amazing. Cameron expressed a romantic interest in House on several occasions, and they dated once. The one date was Cameron's condition for coming back to work. House has been apparently uninterested in pursuing a relationship. He told Cameron she tends to form relationships with people who need, quote, fixing. And that is his damaged personality that in fact draws her to him. House, however, betrays more than a passing interest in Cameron to Wilson when he reacts perceptibly to Wilson's comment about hitting on Cameron. Although Cameron has stated that she is over House, neither her colleagues believe her. So it's just kind of that will they, won't they kind of thing. After Chase is fired and Foreman leaves, Cameron hands her resignation to House because she has learned all she can from him and is ready to move on. It's probably a terrible working environment, just from what we've seen. I can't blame her. Learn what you can and move on quickly. After she left, she's far more authoritative with House, bringing him cases and pointing out how his quick diagnoses have been wrong. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. She's no longer held to his power, basically. Because if she's under him, he controls whether she gets paid, right? So if you're in a different department or you're not directly under him, you can actually stand up for yourself more. Maybe says something about the friends I have, but the House viewers among them all shipped House Wilson. You know what? I kind of get it. There wasn't really much in the way of romance with House. I mean, he had that kind of thing with Cuddy, which I think was towards the end of the show. Because I think they've always had a bit of a flirtiness to him. Like, she was just like, oh, House, you know, getting us in trouble. I got to put money aside for legal fees. But it was more of like a, I don't know, almost like a childhood thing where it's like you kind of hate the person, but you also love them, you know, where kids kind of like kick the person they like or something. Very similar in a way. I guess they were an old married couple bantering, House and Wilson, I mean. Yeah, that is true. That is definitely true. Cameron could be described as sweet, trusting, and compassionate, kind and caring. Yeah, that's definitely true. That is definitely true. Cameron! There's a ship name. Cameron asks House if he likes her in the episode Control, and he says no. Later on in Role Model, Cameron quits the team, and kids, she agrees to come back as long as House goes on a date with her. My gosh. What a weird ultimatum. Yeah, I'll come back to the team. You gotta go on a date with me, though. They go on their date. It ends badly when House says that she likes men that are damaged. Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. That's probably a very fun date. It's probably a little bit more awkward than, I'm an ally. Cameron tells House that she thought that he was incapable of loving anyone, but when she found out about Stacy, she realized that he just couldn't love her. House gives Cameron a ride on his motorcycle. Initially, she places her hands on his side at waist level, ayo, but he pulls her arms fully around himself, and she smiles. Who's Stacy? That's a good question. Oh, yeah. During the end of General Counsel, so she's the lawyer. Season 1 and 2 returns both as a hallucination at the funeral in the series finale. About 5 years prior to the series, she was Greg House's wife. They broke up after House had an infarction in his leg. He is currently married to high school guidance counselor and porphyria patient. Group of rare inherited or acquired disorders of certain enzymes that normally participate in the production of porphyrin. Complication or skin problems, or occasionally both. Abdominal pain, vomiting, seizures, increased heart rate. Enzyme deficiency. Okay. So she was the wife. Interesting. The infarction was how he got his limp. She took a medical choice. He said no because he was unconscious. Couldn't forgive her. Oh. Good grief. Cameron kisses House while attempting to get a blood sample. Wow. I wonder what the patient thought about that. She saved his life. Herring is shot down by the show soon after Cameron becomes involved with Chase. In the season 5 finale, they get married, but in season 6, they get divorced. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that whiplash. Cameron admits that she was in love with House and Chase. Cameron, it's time to decide. Cameron came back one last time in the series finale. It was shown she has a child. Presumably not House's child. I love that we don't even know. That is awkward. That is very awkward. Oh my gosh. Foreman left out totally by Cameron. Indeed. No love. No love at all. Yeah, that was an excellent show. I wish I had stayed with it, honestly. It's one of those shows where I wish I actually followed through and watched through the entire series. Unfortunately, I just had other things going on. I was in university at that point, towards the later parts. And life was life. But it's definitely one of those shows I look back on and I go, you know, I was watching every episode religiously. I wish I would have continued. Did it get a little boring or a little, I don't know, repetitive? It did. I think that's why I ultimately shied away from it. That and I found other shows, but I think that was mainly the reason. It just got, I don't know, character of House just got a little old, a little repetitive, snarky. We get it. You know, he pulls out a miracle in the end. Person's alive. Yay. You know, very repetitive. I kind of equate it to Assassin's Creed video games where it's just like, all right, let me go to this high point, unlock the map, go to the other one, go to the other one, the other one. 100 high points later, you're like, I can see the full map. You know, it's just very, very repetitive after a while. At first, it's amazing, but eventually it just got very old. But I do look back on it fondly. You know, it was a good time when I was really into it. Kind of like Walking Dead. I was into The Walking Dead as most people were when it was going on. It was the height of everything. And then I just kind of faded after season 5. or before season 5. Somewhere around there, I just, meow. It's like it didn't even exist. I never watched it. I never watched any other new episodes. I think it went on for, what, 10 seasons, 11 seasons? Just completely like it didn't even exist, which is weird because I was devoting an hour every single week to it, waiting for the next season and really into it. I don't know if that says about me or if that's most people's experience. Like, you've been into a show, you're really into it, and then you just kind of abort, and you're just like, whoop. It's like it doesn't even exist. It's just gone. But yeah, that was one of those shows, House MD. Next video is Chenford once said from the show The Rookie. I've done, I think, a couple Rookie videos by now. Definitely seems like an interesting storyline. Fire alarm security beeping is still going on, by the way. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. Let's go ahead and hop into an ad before we start this Chenford video. So BRB. You know what? I've completely forgotten to do that many times. So I'm glad I remembered to do it finally. Let's go ahead and jump into that video.
Those who can't do, teach.
You were literally my teacher. What are you saying?
Oh.
Where are you, Boot?
What? So, what'd you do last night?
Gym, dinner, study.
Rinse, wash, repeat.
What's that supposed to mean?
Gym, tan, laundry. GTL.
I have feelings for you. I don't know if I'm ready.
Are they just constantly messing with each other? I'm loving this dynamic.
Hello?
Hello? Look, there's no shame in not knowing the answer, Officer
Just
Chen.
let me think for a minute. Sergeant Bradford, please.
You make that your home screen, you're gonna be running the Academy training course in a bomb disposal suit.
I would never do that. It is now my lock screen. You know what? If we ever lose our kids, I'm gonna need you to take this a lot more seriously.
Hold up. Our kids are no better than to pull a stunt like this. I mean, look, we're doing great so far.
Split-second leadership by Curtis Philbrick, read by the best rookie you've ever trained.
First of all, I would just like, thank you. You're...
No.
Oh, you know what? We're professionals. Let's just get this done with.
Whoa, well, that's romantic.
I'm not trying to be romantic.
Well, you're succeeding.
Lucy, I'm flattered. I am. You're a great girl. Woman, and Nova was a little thirsty.
I like to think of her as assertive.
Crap.
Do Tim and I keep secrets from each other? I mean, nothing big. I feel that honesty is the most important thing in a relationship.
That caught me so off guard.
I'm literally
that hurt.
sitting in this office because of a secret she kept.
It was like all the air leaving my body.
Bet you know when not to push your luck?
Yes, okay. Good night. You owe me.
I don't owe you.
You owe me.
Okay.
This dynamic is wild. I didn't realize the dynamic was so Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, what?
It's been a blast, sir.
You don't do Tim tests. I do Tim tests.
Well, that's because this isn't a Tim test. It's a Lucy lesson.
Guess you're gonna have to fight him.
I have to look amazing in a dress tomorrow. Nobody cares what you look like. He's huge. I am not fighting him.
When have I ever moped? I don't even know how.
So I've been meaning to talk to you about our bet from the treasure hunt.
The bet I won?
No, the bet I won. Tonight is the night.
Oh, really?
Yes, really?
My place or yours? Jealous dog or nosy roommate?
So, what are you doing tonight?
Nothing. I hope.
Nothing sounds perfect.
Look, some would see it as a demotion for you. Back with your training officer. Others might read something else into it.
Why? Because I'm a girl and you're a boy?
A very handsome boy.
Oh, gag. Why is this so weird? We've eaten together literally hundreds of times.
Because our other meals only ever held the promise of being shot at afterwards, not like naked time.
I think you're threatened by his hunkiness.
Hunkiness?
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a word.
148.4.
Oh, come on. Willfully and maliciously tampers with or breaks fire protection equipment?
You do that off the top of your head?
You didn't?
And fishermen are also called anglers.
Nerd.
What?
Lucy Chen, Fist of Justice.
What are you doing?
Hi, Timothy. Do you have feelings for Lucy?
No.
So you're not gonna miss riding with me? At all?
It's a job, not happy hour.
Can you believe the nerve of that guy calling me dramatic? Do not start.
Exactly.
Oh, those are those body
did you have
cams.
this morning?
I'm just gonna apologize to you right now. It's gonna be a really long day for you, and I'm sorry.
I actually didn't realize how big those were because they have to have a battery on it. I forgot. I thought they'd be like tiny or whatever, but no, you gotta have a huge battery because they're always recording.
I know I made you promise to not watch Top Chef without me, but I couldn't wait. I'm sorry.
Bad girlfriend.
No.
Nope.
No, I'm sorry.
Horrible.
Yep, you do not watch. You do not watch ahead.
No.
That is uncalled for.
I don't like that.
It will
You
not
call me boots
stand.
So many times I get triggered when I go shoe shopping. Who the boys that make the noise? Flex and flow, your flex and flow. Can I be interviewed alone? If this goes bad, we will both be disgraced together. Wait, hold on. I gotta text him and tell him we are about to kick his ass. Stay there.
Ooh, looking good, Officer Chen. Looking good. Hey, Chen.
Yeah.
Save me a dance. Technically, I still owe you a dance.
I mean, there's no technically about it. A debt is owed. So, did you have something you were gonna ask me?
Nope.
I can't remember.
Don't make me hurt you.
I said you need closure. What? You're an idiot.
Do you want to go out on a date?
Yeah,
Duh.
I do.
So I guess this is
Isn't that
our
obvious?
official first date.
Last night was, for sure. I mean, it's a better story for the grandkids.
We've got grandkids now. Nice.
Whoa.
You're gonna make
That
it
is
really
moving
great
fast.
dad one of these days.
I'm gonna
But
have
also
to. You keep
hilarious.
Losing our kids everywhere you go.
Come on, stop it. When I have you trap bugs in my apartment, do you release them outside like I ask? Are you worried someone from the station is gonna walk in? What? You are?
No.
Wow.
No.
True? I knew it. You just killed them?
Yes, because they're bugs.
Gift giving isn't really your love language, so
Oh, yeah. What is my love language?
terse nods, mainly.
Okay, well, I'm trying to change things up.
But we're so good at arguing.
Oh, which BTS member is your soulmate? It's gotta be Suga, right?
Totally. What's a BTS?
What's a
I told him it was
BTS?
for you. You know, it's important to me.
Aw, undercover love.
Have you been here all night?
No. What are you doing?
I'm keeping you company.
You don't have to do that.
I know.
You know what I really want to eat right now?
Oh, veggie burger and fries. Extra pickles.
I don't need you protecting me.
I know.
So clearly what you're saying is you need me protecting you.
Clearly. You know me so well.
You know me so well.
Too well. You don't let anyone ever tell you you can't do something. even me.
I've seen that. I've seen that before.
Thanks.
That's been in other
Thanks.
compilations.
For what? Doing my job.
For what? Doing my job? So we should just keep going the way we have been, right? It's not worth the risk.
Unless it is.
Do you love me?
Oh.
We're gonna get through this. I love you.
All right, Alicia Keys in the background.
I love you. You say that, but until I put you under a lie detector, how can I be sure?
No, not a chance. Are you breaking up with me?
I'm sorry. Listen.
Yeah, I did not realize it was this, like, comedic.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
Are you sorry?
Was that too mean?
No. It actually felt good. It's a dumb
this
question.
is past the level of funny to cute. This is at the cute level. Like, this very much reminds me of Jake Peralta and, oh gosh, what was her name? I think it's like San something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but very Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like flirty, funny. Amy, yes. Flirty, funny. I didn't realize it was so lighthearted in some situations. Obviously, this is not the full show. There's probably very serious moments as well. But these are super, like, levity like crazy. I did not realize that. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Santiago, that's it. Santiago. Dang it. I was right there. San something. Yeah, very reminiscent of that. Goofy, funny, willing to, you know, put yourself out there as silly. I personally enjoy that the most. Like, that to me is peak. That is peak. When you're able to just be goofy. Yeah, that was very Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I didn't realize the tone was like that. It almost felt like a live improv where they were just kind of riffing on each other. Like, it didn't really seem like it was scripted in a way. I don't know. Maybe it was just natural. Maybe it was the music kind of adding to that. But it very much felt not scripted. Like, it was just two people kind of with a good chemistry, just kind of going back and forth. That was interesting. That was very interesting. I can't remember if I remember thinking that way the first time I saw this show in a compilation, but yeah, that was so interesting. Wow. Rookie Season 6 finale won't feature a Chenford reunion, but that's a good thing. I'm sure people were just shipping the absolute heck out of them in the start of this, for sure. Eric Winter teased that Tim and Lucy wouldn't reunite in the Rookie Season 6 finale. The actor's comments hint that the episode will still end on a hopeful note for Chenford. The couple will likely reunite Season 7 due to popular demand. Absolutely. Absolutely. They go along together so well. Tim Bradford and Lucy Chen's relationship is undoubtedly one of the most popular dynamics in the show. I would agree. Just from what we've seen, that seems amazing. All I know about the ship is this show is this ship, right? When they broke up in Season 6, many were sad, but fans have to wait a little bit longer until the couple gets back together. Police procedural series chronicles the lives of LAPD cops working at the Mid-Wilshire station, putting Tim and Lucy, a.k.a. Chenford. When the first episode of The Rookie premiered, Tim was assigned to be Lucy's training officer, hence the teacher in that first scene. So despite their immediate blatant chemistry, the show had to wait to start their romance due to power dynamics. Season 6 finale, May 21st. Okay, so it wasn't that long ago. Lucy started The Rookie as Tim's rookie, but as the seasons went on, she advanced in her career and feelings between them began to develop. By Season 5, Tim and Lucy knew they were more than friends. There's big crossover with 911 fans and The Rookie fans. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Very similar vibe. It would be really weird is if they had a show crossover. That would be weird. Because it's on the same network, ABC, at this point. So they could potentially pull that off. Eventually, Tim and Lucy dumped their respective significant others and started dating. Unfortunately, Chenford's relationship wasn't without its faults. Obviously, we just saw all the cute moments, but I'm sure there was a lot of tense moments. Fans want a crossover so bad, yeah. I'm not surprised. After Tim uncovered past trauma in season 6, he broke up with Lucy because he felt she was too good for him. Self-sabotage, ladies and gentlemen. Self-sabotage. Rookie season 6 finale teases suggest Chenford won't get back together. Season 6 finale leaves a nice sort of, I wouldn't say closure or guarantee of anything, but it leaves it in a place where there's stuff to talk about. Obviously, they're not going to spoil it when they're talking about something that hasn't happened yet. But I love how that was a nice little PR statement of, oh, I'm not saying it's closure or guarantee of anything, literally both sides of the coin. And then he says, but it leaves it in a place where there's stuff to talk about, aka it could be more of the same or they could get back together. Like, it just literally said nothing. Which, honestly, you have to do, because you don't want to spoil the show. Winter's quote about Chenford's fate in the season 6 finale, the rookie implies that the status of Tim and Lucy's relationship will remain the same by the episode's end. No, it doesn't. That doesn't confirm anything. He literally said closure or guarantee of anything. That's literally both sides of the coin. Seems as if the last episode will leave viewers with the hope that Tim and Lucy will eventually find their way back to one another. Doesn't do that either. Tim and Lucy need more time to work through their individual and shared issues. The couple hasn't made much progress since their breakup. Tim and Lucy won't and shouldn't get back together in the season 6 finale, as it wouldn't make sense for their development as a couple. Yeah, I mean, it probably needs some time away. Plus, you're also building suspense, right? Fans are going to start talking about it. They're going to start posting about it. When are they getting back together? Why aren't they together? You know, all that stuff. Just people complaining about it means what? More people talking about it means what? More people tuning in. It's all just a game. Tim and Lucy won't and shouldn't get back together. Eric Winter's comments surely instill hope in those waiting for a Chenford reunion. I don't think it does. I think it's more of a non-statement. But those fans will have to wait until at least season 7 to solve their issues. I think they're going to probably play out them working through their issues and past traumas and whatnot. Eventually they will, because that's fan service and they're going to give into it. But, you know, as we know with many writers, they like to play with the fans. They like to feel like they're in control, right? They want to give the fans what they want, but they also want to tell the fans, like, hey, we control this. This is ours. They will get back together when we say they get back together. Won't remain broken up. No, certainly not. Certainly not. Season 7 won't be released until 2025. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Well, I'll say this. It seems, I mean, definitely a good crossover between 911 and the rookie. I love their chemistry. I think it's natural. They have a very snarky kind of relationship where it's just kind of like making jokes, very lighthearted, but you can see there's a lot of love there. Just, you can tell by the storyline, you're too good for me, therefore I'm breaking up with you. Like, that is, they're getting back together 100%. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, that is clearly too weak for their chemistry to not go back together. Not surprising. It's a classic trope. A classic trope. You're too good for me. And then he finally realizes she's the one. It is what it is. Mark it down. It'll happen. I've made a lot of predictions this stream. A lot of predictions. let's go ahead and jump into the final video of the day. It is One Piece, the man Odin was waiting for. It is a music video. So it does have some subtitles as well and some audio, as I saw in like the first 3 seconds that I was setting this up. So we have that to look forward to as well. So there's some story as well. It's not just music. I don't know why it looks like that. I swear I maneuvered this. We'll do this. Oh, let's not cut that off. Here we go. Oh, that's that New Year's tradition, right? Putting like wishes into the sky. Yeah. Beautiful world animation. I like how it looks. It's different. I don't think I've seen anything quite. Lots of action. The action's always like exaggerated. And I couldn't figure out whether or not it was meant to be like that. Like it's meant to be aggro, screaming, dark lines in the face, but just over and over. Luffy doesn't have those crazy eyes. There's like definitely got some crazy eyes. Wow, that hurt my eyes. This is so fast paced. Good lord. That audio is... Look at the amount of animation in this. Oh my gosh. No wonder this is so widely praised. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite this intense. Obviously, Attack on Titan kind of comes to mind. But this is just a mile a minute in animation. Very quick cuts. I don't think that's the edit. Oh, that was wild. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw out some much deserved love, as well as check out the channel. Maybe they have other great videos just like that. You never know. And wow. Yeah, actually, I think it was last stream. One of the viewers actually wrote a comment under the original video. Links obviously down below in the YouTube description. And actually said, hey, Todd reacted to this. And they had no idea who I was. And they went to the channel and left a nice comment. And I pinned it. If ever one of the creators ever writes a comment, I make sure to pin it just so it gives like an extra layer of advertising for them. Because I am grateful. These are amazing edits. And I'm lucky to be able to react to them. It's just, that was so a mile a minute. Like that compared to what I typically watched when I was younger. I mean, I usually watched, I don't know, like Saturday morning cartoons, or the Batman, the animated series, Pokemon for a while. Just does not even compete. Like in style and aggression and what am I looking for? Just the overall feel of it is much more boom, 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 boom. Like it's just a mile a minute. A lot is happening. You're getting sucked into this world. And I think actually it's probably more, I think it's better at the job of being immersive because you're constantly trying to like, what's happening? To the point where you're just completely lost in it. I think that might actually be a benefit now that I think about it. Yeah. I remember the Pokemon action scenes were usually pretty good, but nowhere near that level. Like nowhere near. No wonder it is one of the best animes ever. Let me bring that up. This was actually Jace, I think you submitted this. Pretty sure. You know what would help? If I remembered to switch to it. Oh my gosh. Oh, is it a Thursday or Monday? My brain does not know. One Piece is the highest rated TV show of 2024. Only anime on the list. That's wild. I don't know who voted for that. I don't know where that vote happened. But honestly, it probably deserves it. Like, that is unbelievable. The amount of time and effort it probably takes to construct all that. And it does look hand-drawn. Like, it's not like South Park at this point where, you know, South Park used to be like hand-cut construction paper. And they would just swap out the mouths to make them move and whatnot. And now it's just all computer-generated. I'm assuming this is 100% hand-drawn, which is just unbelievable. Creator I followed shared that last week. That's awesome. That is so cool. Thanks for sharing it with all of us. The history of One Piece's best pirates, a Straw Hat Crew character guide. Let's take a deep dive into the world of the Straw Hats. Love how Luffy is the only one with a straw hat. What better way to celebrate the special One Piece cast than by exploring the history and impact of each of Luffy's crew? But it's not just the main crew. I'm also celebrating honorary members of the greatest pirate crew in all blues. Of course, we're talking about the crew that will reach the One Piece and whose captain will become King of the Pirates. Monkey D. Luffy. What is Luffy's dream? To become King of the Pirates. Starting off, we have the captain of the Straw Hats Pirates himself, son of the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon. Luffy hails from Windmill Village in the East Blue, where the Red Hair Pirates station themselves. It's also where a young Luffy picked up the desire to become a pirate. Not surprising. Kind of a little bit of nepotism there. While there, Captain Red-Haired Shanks bestowed upon Luffy his signature straw hat, originally belonging to Goldie Roger himself accidentally gave him his Gum Gum fruit powers and eventually inspired him to have his own pirate crew to find the One Piece and become King of the Pirates, a goal we now know he's never lost sight of. After a brief time in Gray Terminal, where he found Ace and Sabo as adopted brothers, Luffy grew up and began his journey to be the King of the Pirates, building his crew one by one. Throughout all those adventures, Luffy has taken down tyrants, freed countries, and more. Through his strong will, loyalty, and steadfast determination, Luffy has gathered a crew of lifelong friends. Its emotional core is what makes Luffy both a great captain and a great friend. And one day, these qualities can help him make him true King of the Pirates. How many times have they said King of the Pirates in this? Oh my gosh, look at that emotion right there. Like, that is very emotive. Tons of lines in the face. Like, that is unbelievable. I think I was talking last time about why is it so emotive? Is it hyper emotive for the fact that it's a little less perceptive to see a drawing of somebody crying than it is to see like somebody actually crying on screen, like a live action? I don't know. I guess you can do this because it is drawn. More so than obviously somebody ugly crying into the camera. That kind of makes it original, one of a kind. Roanoa. What is Zoro's dream? To become the world's greatest swordsman. Look, don't act like some of us aren't terrible with directions. Take Zoro, for example, who only became a bounty hunter to make a living after losing his way home. All because he wanted to defeat the world's greatest swordsman. Talk about relatable. If I don't have navigation, I'm pretty lost, I'll be honest. Although I've gotten a little better with it. We need lots of plants back. She's good at explaining anime emoting. Well, there you go. I'm assuming, yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming it's because you can that they do. It just kind of adds to it. Gets you more amped, more into it. I don't know. Maybe it's tougher to do like somber moments in anime because there's not a lot of facial expression. But when you see a live action person do a somber moment, it's like heavy. Like you can feel it in their face. It's very tiny, like face movements or whatever, but it is just heavy. And maybe anime kind of struggles with that. So they have to like over emote. Do you see it easily? I have no idea. That is a theory that I have just run with. I have no idea if it's based in reality. Zoro is a hero through and through and easily one of the coolest swordsmen in anime. I mean, just look at his signature 3-sword style and ridiculous strength. Honestly, it's a cool looking character for sure. With the scar over the eye, that's awesome. Zoro's incredibly determined, obviously trying to become the world's greatest swordsman. I like how it just repeats their phrase over and over again. World's greatest swordsman. World's greatest swordsman. Nami. What is Nami's dream? To create a map of the entire world. She's a cartographer. Thanks to her trusty baton Climatact, which can be used to create specific weather conditions. Oh, that's kind of cool. Controls the weather. It's like a student trying to make the word count. Indeed. Or it's like search engine optimization, SEO. Trying to get those words, those keywords in there so it ranks higher. Nami joins the fight with an ability that's incredibly powerful for a navigator, especially one with a knowledge of weather patterns as deep as hers. Though she doesn't fight often, she's always game to stand against oppression, having experienced it firsthand. Kind-hearted and probably one of the smartest members. Straw Hats. Usopp, whose nose is almost should be censored for YouTube. Become a brave warrior of the sea. Though you might have thought of him as one at first, Usopp is no coward or liar. After standing up to Kuro In saving Syrup Village, he proved that he has the markings of a hero, even if it was shrouded in a lack of courage. Even his lying came from a place of love and compassion. Sure, he's a bit of a goofball and joins in the wackiness that Luffy and Chopper usually get up to. Usopp is incredibly intelligent. He didn't just build the climate act for Nami or maintain the Going Merry, but he's an effective and cunning tactician. Smoke. What is Sanji's dream? To find the All Blue. After suffering abuse at the hands of his father and siblings, ran away from home, eventually finding himself in the employment of Zeph, a cook, who helped him survive a shipwreck. Fan favorite character, Sanji is beloved for a number of reasons, with many centered around the subtleties of his character. For example, he only uses his feet to fight. What? Because his hands were made to cook. His hands are insured for $1 million. All derived from lessons learned from casting off his upbringing. That's amazing. Tony Chopper. What is Chopper's dream? To become a doctor who can cure all diseases. Doctor/bruiser. Chopper is an invaluable member of the team. He could put House out of the business. Indeed. And probably doesn't have a pill addiction either. Nico, Robin. Discover the true history of the world. Determined to achieve her mother's dream of understanding the poneglyphs and learning the world's history, Robin spent 20 years on the run while searching, eventually falling in with Crocodile, who would go on to betray her during the Alabasta arc. Eventually joins up as an onboard archaeologist, proving to be both irreplaceable problem solver and one heck of a fighter. Frankie, with the tiny head and the big shoulders. What is Frankie's dream? To build the greatest ship that travels to the end of the world. There you go. Frankie's been an enemy of the world government ever since he was a child, even witnessing the death of his family at their hands. Frankie has proven to be both a powerful fighter. No, really? No. And an invaluable member of the crew, a weapons expert who can build everything from tanks to mecha to laser. Brook. Oh my gosh. Keep his crew's promise and reunite with Laboon. Luffy wanted a musician aboard with the Straw Hat crew. It was never really clear why he wanted one, but he sure made it clear that the ship needed a musician. Undead skeleton, formerly of the Rumbar Pirates. Having eaten the revive fruit, Brook was able to come back to life after he and his crew died, his soul returning to his body, which was now just a skeleton. Jimble, who has no neck. No neck on Jimble. Or Jimbei. Last and certainly not least, we have the latest addition to the Straw Hat crew and a former warlord of the sea. Once a member of the Sun Pirates, Jimbei was dedicated to freeing slaves of the Celestial Dragons by replacing their brand marks with the Sun Jolly Roger marking. After plenty of back and forth, Jimbei joins the ranks of the Straw Hats in the land of Wano, serving as the Thousand Sunnies helmsman. Fans love Jimbei for a lot of reasons, partly because they've been waiting for him to become official for so long, but also because he's honorable. He was loyal to the actions of Whitebeard and Big Mom, and even renounced his title honorably to join the Straw Hats. Allows the Sunny to move like never before, showing great strength in his battle with his fishman muscle and karate. And there's the boat. Looks good. Looks pretty good. Definitely lacking some sails. Not a big boat. It is definitely not a big boat. But yes, that was a fantastic video. Clearly plays on that trope of the one, right? It's very much like, I know this has no relation to it at all, but seems like the Matrix. You know, you're looking for the one to find whatever, the one to rid the world of something, to find something, etc. It's a classic trope. I think we all kind of have that spirit in us in some way or shape or form. Like, we want to be known for something. We want to be, I don't know, an important contributor to society in some way, remembered. I think we all want to be remembered by someone for something. It just kind of hits home on all levels. You know, do we want to be Neo and dodge bullets and, you know, save people from the Matrix? Probably not. Although it was cool. The baseline of that, I think we all kind of hit home with. It's like, oh, he's the one. He's the one person that can solve this issue and save the world. Maybe, you know, be remembered, be known, etc. It's all just kind of makes me think of Rent again. One Song Glory. Indeed. Yeah, very much so. I don't know why it just made me think of The Matrix instantly. I have not seen that movie in forever, but yeah, I think we all want to be known for something. I'm on a theme tonight. Indeed. Tells me you got to watch Rent. It's been on the brain. You might as well do it, right? Yeah, that kind of seems like the theme of the show, and honestly, it's a pretty popular one. I think we can all relate in some way, shape, or form. Now, do I love pirate shows? Absolutely. Why? Because it's like the ultimate freedom. You're setting sail. You're enemy number one to world governments. You're trying to, I don't know, live as free as can be in international waters. Laws are really questionable at that point. I don't know. There's an ultimate freedom to it, but it's also disgusting. There's a lot of disgustingness with being a pirate. Let's be honest. I mean, if you've ever seen what is it called? Oh gosh, something Commander. It's with Russell Crowe. Answering to No One, indeed. Master and Commander. That surgery scene was absolutely brutal. Like, having to live aboard a ship. You're doing surgeries. You're trying to maintain health. One person gets sick, everybody's getting sick. Like, it's kind of hell on earth in a way because you're stuck on this boat. But it's also that sense of freedom. Now, would I be able to handle it? I think I said last time we watched One Piece. No. No. I've never even been on a cruise. The longest I've been on a boat was like a ferry ride from like one piece of land to another piece of land across the lake. Like, not crazy distance on a boat. Would I get seasick? Probably. Probably. I haven't been on a boat in years at this point. Yeah. Would I be able to handle it out there for weeks at a time, not seeing anything, maybe other ships, you know? Honestly, you'd probably, for a while there, you'd probably be like, can we just see another ship? Like, can we get into a fight? Anything? Shoot a cannon at something? Like, add some sort of interesting element to this? Because I'm assuming when you're out there on the ocean, traveling the seas, it is boring AF. Like, it's just water for days. Cabin fever, yes. It would just be so boring. So boring. Oh my gosh. You just look out, and what do you see? Maybe some birds. Hopefully some birds. You can like see something. You're like, ooh, look, it's life. Because most of the life is under the water. You don't see it. It's just nothingness. Oh my gosh. Especially at night. Nighttime would be terrifying. That's a little terrifying to me. That video, I don't know if you remember this, of the presumably intoxicated kid who, I don't know if he was a kid, maybe like 20 or something, who jumped overboard of a cruise line. It was presumably eaten by sharks or maybe just drowned or whatever, and then later eaten by sharks. That video of him jumping overboard, that gave me just unbelievable, I don't know how to describe it, like ick, like just terrified. Like I put myself in his situation and just as soon as going over the railing, like I would just lose it. Like that was just brutal to watch. Nighttime on a boat would be pretty eerie because it would be silent, especially if other people are asleep and you're just kind of out there. Like I'm assuming somebody has to stay up on the lookout for other ships or whatever, or land. If you're up there, it's quiet and you're just like, just maybe hearing the waves crash against the boat, but it is, I don't know if I could handle that. Much as I love pirates, it's also terrifying. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Those are 5 amazing videos. Check out the creators' channels. All the links are down below in the comments on YouTube. As with every video, all the videos. Go ahead and check out the summer collection of merch available right now on the website, toddreacts.com. If you want to request your own videos, aka you want to guide the channel through content, one video at a time, go ahead and join up for the season and series tiers on the website, toddreacts.com. Join the Discord. It's free. It's available. It's awesome. People are amazing in there. You will find friends to talk to for sure. For sure. It is an amazing place. It has been one of the great things that has come from this channel. Well, I guess it's multiple channels now. I don't know what to call this at this point. This thing, this thing that we're in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Todd Reacts. If you haven't checked it out and you're watching on Twitch, go check it out. It's over 1,000 videos. Todd's Empire. Yes, the Empire. Follow the Twitch channel if you haven't. If you want to watch live and join us live, go ahead and do so. It is awesome. You can be in the chat. You can show up on the stream. Pretty sweet. And yeah, I think that's about everything. I hope you enjoyed this week. I did, as always. It's amazing. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining. Jace, I appreciate it. Shout out to Luke as well for finding a lot of links. Yeah, it's been fun. Tomorrow, Hogwarts Legacy continues on the Twitch channel and the Todd Reacts Plays channel. Come join. It's just a hangout session basically for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. We'll see. And if I don't see you tomorrow for the live gaming stream, I will see you back here on Monday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Do something new. Be safe. And yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.